Ganondorf, the King of Evil, the Dark Lord, the Demon King. Whatever he's called, Ganondorf is always one of the most threatening characters in every Zelda game. But this video isn't about Ganon from Zelda. This video is about Ganon in Smash, and they are two very different characters. Ganon from Zelda will destroy everything that you know and love, and Ganon from Smash will keel over to a strong gust of wind. Ganon's been one of the worst characters in pretty much every Smash game. Melee, C tier. Brawl, worst in the game, probably the whole series. Smash 4, bottom 2. Ultimate, worst in the game. But let's focus on Ultimate specifically. Most people agree that Ganon is the worst character in the game, but like, is he really that bad? Yes, what? Obviously, he's that bad. And it might not even be that obvious if you don't play the game, because Ganon is strong. Like, he's any percent is kill percent strong. When you're up against Ganon, you could lose to just a few mistakes. The problem is Ganon is really slow. And I don't just mean that he moves slowly, even though, yeah, he does move really slowly. I mean his attacks are slow. Like, all of his attacks are slow. Ganon just really doesn't have a fast move. He's kind of like if you gave a snail a knife. Like, sure, it could kill you, but you could just run away because of how slow it is. And with Ganon, you need to either get a read or catch your opponent off guard if you want to get a kill. And going back to his move speed, that really hurts him too. A lot of other characters can get punishes, combo extensions, and even edge guards because of their movement, and Ganon just doesn't have that luxury. Like, he just really doesn't have any good combos. Also, if you want to get a punish, you just have to hope that you're close enough to hit your opponent. And Ganon's snail with a knife quality really hurts his recovery too. He just gets absolutely murdered off stage. His recovery goes nowhere and it's really predictable, so you can end up dying at 0 off some random stray hit. It's kind of like if you took that snail with a knife and then dropped it off a cliff. Ganon also has almost no defensive options. He has nothing out of shield and he really can't avoid attacks because of how slow he is. Imagine taking that shell away from the snail with a knife. Then all it has is the knife. So sure, Ganon is really strong, but he's also slow and he really can't defend himself. But even though Ganon does have a few tiny little flaws like garbage mobility, slow moves, no out of shield options, no recovery, and being a snail with a knife, none of that matters because Ganon has one thing going for him. He's so hype, dude. Everything about Ganon makes him feel like an underdog, so when you do get anything, like anything at all, it feels like the coolest thing on planet Earth. Like every spike, every smash attack, every kill feels like you really earned it. Like Ganon is the most hype snail with a knife that I've ever played. All his attacks just really have this power behind him. Like his down air, of course, a sick nasty spike, and it has so much weight behind it. Like it really sells the idea that you just stomped Mario's head in. And it's also really good at punishing mistakes. His side B is good for setting up tech chases and 50-50s, so once you knock the opponent down, they guess wrong, they just have to eat a smash attack. And his side B is a little different in the air. If you hit it, it grabs the opponent and you both fall to the stage. And if there is no stage, you just... Ganon's smash attacks are so strong too. The dev did not forget to give this snail his knife. They do crazy damage, they cover tons of space, and they can kill really easily. Down B is also really good for approaches, especially since it's active for so long. Nair and Fair also cover so much space, and even though they're really slow, they are really good for pressure, and just kind of scaring the opponent. And even though Ganon is really bad, he is really scary to go up against. Ganon is so read heavy, and really any percent is kill percent, so he's really good at punishing mistakes, and even forcing them out in the first place. And the perfect example of forcing out mistakes out of fear is Warlock Punch, his neutral B. It takes an entire second to come out, and during that full second of charging, or after it, it does crazy damage and can kill at really low percent. So it really gives you a lot of time to ponder all the life choices that led up to you getting hit by it. Like, if you use this move, you figured the opponent out. So is Ganon really as bad as everyone says? Yes. Still, but it doesn't really matter, so hear me out. If you can get a handle on your opponent's strategy and bad habits, you can punish them really hard, and probably, maybe, hopefully win, even though he's just a snail with a knife. And Ganon is an absolute clip machine. You could play Ganon for 10 matches and almost end up with like 100 clips. So many clips that you could maybe make, I don't know, a compilation of funny Ganon clips.